Good evening, dear teacher, my sister Lady Vivanco. My name is Marta Zambache. I am in class 100. My ID number is 1717607087. This is my ID card, teacher. Okay, teacher, in this major syntax, we talk about a very interesting topic that we have. It is government. Government first is the grammatical relationship between a word, and it depends on the location it has in a sentences. Is no case in English language. There are as many variations. In English, we have 6 different government cases, but I took the most 3 important cases. Those are nominative case, genitive case, accusative case. In accusative case, we have 3 ways to form accusative case, that is direct object, indirect object, and oblique object. First of all, I'm talking about nominative case. Nominative case indicate that the pronoun has the function of the subject of the sentences. Also, this case refers to the case of use a noun or pronoun when it is the subject of a verb. I made some the pronouns that we have. Good evening, dear teacher, my sister Lady Vivanco. My name is Marta Zambache. I am in class 101. In this time, Good evening, dear teacher, my sister Lady Vivanco. My name is Marta del Rocío Zambache Tayupanta. I am in class 100. My ID number is 1717607087. Teacher, this is my ID card. In this subject syntax, we talk about a very interesting topic. We learn about government. First, government is the grammatical relationship between a word, and it depends the location it has in a sentence. In no case in English language there are as many variations. We have in English 6 government cases, and we study the most common cases. Those are nominative case, genitive case, accusative case. In accusative case, we have 3 ways to form this accusative case: direct object, indirect object, and oblique object. First of all, I'm talking about a nominative case. Nominative case indicate that the pronoun has the function of the subject of the sentences. Also, the nominative case refers to the case used for a noun or pronoun when it is the subject of a verb. Don't forget that we have different pronouns in English. We have for singular I, you, he, she, it, and for plural we have we, you, and they. It is important to form nominative case. I wrote some examples about nominative case. I wrote 5 examples. Those are: Laura isn't at the park. In this case, we analyze Laura is the subject, and it is the pronoun she. The nominative is Laura, she, it's the pronoun. The other sentence said the dog looks dirty. The dog is the subject, that is nominative, and its pronoun is it. Charles has got a new cell phone. In this case, we have Charles as the subject, and its pronoun is he. Don't forget that 3 examples are in singular. For that reason, also, the verb is in singular. That we studied in the last week about agreement. If we have a subject in singular, we need the verb also in singular. After we have 2 more examples. The boys win a competence. The boys is a subject, a nominative, and its pronouns is they. Luisa and I play soccer in Europe. In this case, we have Luisa and I as a subject is a nominative, and the pronoun is we. These two sentences are in plural. For that reason, I use the verb also in plural. In total, we have 5 sentences about nominative case. Next, I am going to talk about other most common case, that is genitive case. It is known as the possessive case, and it is used to show ownership. Also, the genitive case refers to the case used for a noun, pronoun, or adjective to show ownership or a noun. Don't forget that we need 2-3 ways to do genitive case. For example, when we use with apostrophes, preposition of, possessive pronoun, his, her, theirs, etc. I wrote some examples about genitive case. For example, in this, the teacher's car isn't new. In this case, I underline the genitive, that is teacher. We use an apostrophe. For that reason, it is the genitive case. If we can see, these sentences is in singular. This subject is in singular, but we use an apostrophe. The purse of my mom is black. In this case, we have the preposition of, is show ownership. It is underlined of, that is the genitive case. Kate is driving your car. In this case, we use a possessive pronoun, that is your. And also, the sentences are in singular. For that reason, I use the verb in singular. I have 2 more examples. Is that by his? In this case, I have an interrogative sentences. I have the possessive pronoun, that is his. Don't forget that the genitive case show us ownership. My son's name is Matthias. In this case, we have apostrophe. This sentence is singular. For that reason, it shows ownership. In total, I have 5 examples about a genitive case. After, this is the last case that I explained. Accusative case. Accusative case refers to use of noun and adjectives or pronouns that receive the action in the sentence. The object refers to the person, thing, animal that the action falls on a verb. Also, this case refers to the case used for a noun and pronoun that it has indirect object, indirect object, and oblique object. Direct object is when a noun or pronoun affected directly by the action of a transitive verb. An indirect object indicates the person or thing to whom the verbal action is intended. Oblique object is use of a noun or pronoun that is not the subject of the sentence. It changes its position with the sentence. I wrote some examples about direct object. In this case, in accusative case, we have a direct object, and I have 2 examples about what. Don't forget that in direct object, we have to answer the question word what. This example said my parents have a pet. What my parents have? A pet. It follow the action. I bought a coat. Also, in this case, I answer the sentences. I answer the question word, that is what. What I bought out. I bought a coat. I'm talk about indirect object. In this case, we have to answer the question whom. In this example said she told him many lies. Whom she told many lies? To him. In this case, we have possessive pronoun. He gave me a present. Also, we have to answer the question whom. And the last case, that is oblique case. Oblique object. Also, we have to answer the question word whom. Sarah bought candy to them. I bring cake to him. In these two cases, two examples, we have to have the possessive pronoun, but in this oblique object, we can change the position that is the same that the indirect object. And in this case, we change the position and we have to nominate this is an accusative case. And that information I took about the didactic guide. This is the reference. Thanks a lot, teacher. Thanks for your attention. I hope that you understand my explanation. Have a nice night. Bye, teacher. Thanks.